All right, so Tekken 8 Season 2 has been out for a while now. We say like, what, 2 weeks? And people are not liking the game. We had one of the greatest Tekken players of all time, Nee, give his opinions about Season 2. And I wanted to talk about it with you, because I found it quite interesting that a lot of these takes on the game is what a lot of people have been thinking about, you know? It doesn't seem like the developers are listening as much, so I just want to just run through what his opinion is of Season 2. He said, "This is my opinion on season 2. I would be happy if this is helpful to them. Honestly, I think the developers' ideas should be different from the player. However, I think it would be nice to accept some feedback. But I don't care if they don't listen. Tekken 8 is already a negative review." Damn, that was kind of rough. All right, cool. First thing first, combo too long, high damage. The combos are way too long. Let's see what he's saying about it. In the past, the combo was simple and short, but it wasn't fun. But wasn't fun? No, it was easy to teach beginners. But now I have to teach them the tailspin, but it's also difficult. And tailspin is so strong that it goes twice and it makes combo long. How about tailspin only once? I have that in my notes for the my season 2 video. I think historically in Tekken 8, it's always been one, like you be able to do like a mechanic once. So like, for example, if you do bound in Tekken 6, it was once. If you do heat burst in a combo, it's once. Like if you use heat engager, it's once. If you do rager, it's once. It's all of the stuff like mechanic wise in terms of for combos, it's always been once. So I'm a bit confused on why you can do strong tailspin multiples of times. It doesn't make sense. Number 2, simple mind games. For example, Kazuya, his main moves was weak to the left side step. So high level skill is holding the access to catch left side step. But now you don't care left side step. They add mid safe homing. Simple concepts in this way seem simple to look at, and they are less fun. Fighting games are boring if they're easy. They get bored of it early. Too many mid safe homing has been added. It would be nice if the player had the sidestep option. Yes, because they talk about defense and you'll be able to sidestep into the foreground, and then they add these strong plus on block mids, +5, +6, +7. It doesn't make sense. So I agree with him. Number 3, heat. Now the heat is unbalanced. Someone recover the heat bar. Someone too much heat bar. Well, someone used too much heat bar. Someone have too much strong move in heat. There are a lot of moves with less risk, but the rewards are big. But because it's a heat moves, I hope it's consistent. The heat recovery is unfair. I think everyone across the board shouldn't be able to recover heat. I think that recovering heat, recovering health, all of that stuff, I think that needs to go. Maybe outside of Yoshimitsu, but Yoshimitsu's flash shouldn't be recovering heat. Like I feel like Yoshimitsu should be only able to recover from doing that thing where he kind of heals when he back turn. Removed legacy. Now this one is quite interesting to me. So remove legacy. This one, he's saying the legacy knowledge has been removed. Air moves can't be low parry, or hold move can't parry. So he's talking about when a move full charges, those moves cannot parry at all. So yeah, those are the moves he's talking about, right? So he's saying that yeah, you can't parry those. There are more besides this. So we have no way to tactic with certain situations. Did it have to be removed? I personally don't think so. I think that running aerial moves and stuff like that shouldn't have to be removed. Like to be parried, it doesn't make sense. Number 5, too much connect stance and stance heat burst. It's making the game complicated and ridiculous. It looks unnatural. I think a lot of people are saying it looks unnatural. Like the new moves and just like moves into like heat bursts and stuff from stance is mad. It looks unnatural. Dev team think players would like it. Rather, it looks unnatural. It's an excessive change. I think it brings a limitation of style. Because I only use it. I don't really understand that last bit, but yeah, I don't know. 6, too long range and too much plus frame. Characters with weapons have a very long range. It needs to be adjusted. Plus frame is too much when on block. +7, +9. There are a lot of things like this now. Well, a lot of things like this. These things are only produce selfish play. People got a lot of stress. Yeah, I believe a lot of that stuff needs to be toned down completely. It doesn't need to be so plus. Number 7, too many 50-50. Oh, man. I hate the 50-50 in this game. Like, I think The 50-50 in this game is just insane. There are a lot of 50-50 situations after heat engager or block +7 or +9 frame. The heat engager is damage to an opponent and recovery to a health bar. I think it is a big reward, but is there a reason to give it +17? I think it's an excessive reward. It's too forced. Mid between low start frame and 50-50 is often the same. 1 or 2 frame difference. It is too difficult to block this in a forced situation. I agree. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I think heat engagers should be +5. That's it, +5. Like +17 is insane. It's like they want you to use every move in the move list while this is happening. I don't even like the animation anyways. I think like the whole thing of you doing a heat engager, then you falling back and then you're right in front of someone's face. I think that's kind of annoying because then it's just forcing a mix up and it doesn't need to be done. But +5 is cool. I don't think it needs to be +17. I think +17 is way too silly. Like it's as silly as them having double heat dash like they did at the start of the game, right? And if we agreed and thought that was cool, we would have double heat dash in the game, which is kind of crazy, right? When you think about it, because heat dash is already powerful as it is. I think heat dash on block should be 0. I think it should be 0 because you receive chip damage and you're in the opponent's face again. So I think it should just reset and it should be 0 in my opinion. Chip damage, many players said they don't like it, but it's unlikely to change. To be honest, if Tekken 8 don't have chip damage, we can hold out even if it's forced. So hopefully they would reduce chip damage even a little bit. Honestly, the chip damage is even worse than 2D games. Yep, if I've come from a Street Fighter background, I play Street Fighter 5 competitive level, play Street Fighter 6 at a very high level as well. I'll say a master rank. Master rank is the high rank, the highest rank. And then you got like a few others that are in the master rank division. Street Fighter 5 has it off of mediums and heavies and moves. And the chip damage wasn't that high. Like this is ridiculously high. Like I don't know why it's this high in this game. So I agree. It's too high. They definitely need to tone it down. Like the game can be fun. It's just like everything they're adding just doesn't make any sense. I'll be honest. And this is coming from across the board. This is coming from casuals and pro players. So it's not really a good look. Some could say, oh yeah, the game is for casuals, but the casuals are not enjoying the game. But like people are going back to the old games. This is not good. Number 9, the direction in which a beginner or rookie beats a veteran. I don't know why they make it with this direction, but I don't think it's a gamely good. Veterans have invested a lot of time and put a lot of effort into it. So it's a fun game to play when you increase your knowledge and learn skills. Actually, I don't know why a veteran should have a high probability of losing to a beginner or rookie. Isn't that contradictory? So like, just to piggyback off of all of this stuff what he's saying, to me, I've always said, like, it's good to make the new players feel like, okay, you know, there's a sense of that they've won and they've done something, but let them earn it. Like, you can't just be giving wins to people that haven't even put that time into the game. And what you got to think about is you lot run, like, Bandai Namco, you run a pro tour. This is a tour where people have spent a lot of their livelihood learning the game inside out. You can't learn Tekken 8 any deeper than what it is. I feel like Tekken 8 is so bland now. Like all the flavors, everything that you had in Tekken is gone. It's just dry. Like I don't really play this game anymore. Like I've kind of like since season 2, I haven't really played at all. If anything, I like doing content talking about Tekken, but I don't enjoy Tekken 8. I've not enjoyed Tekken 8 from the start. And you know, fingers crossed for Tekken 8 season 2. Season 2's here, and it's probably one of the worst things I've seen in terms of, you know, an update. Like, yeah, I've never seen a fighting game have a season update and everyone's leaving. People are playing the old school games. This should never be happening a year into the game. And this is not me to diss, like, you know, anything that you lot are doing, Bandai Namco. Like, I hope you lot figure this out. You lot have to figure this out very quick. A lot of the things that you lot said you were going to do is stuff that I predicted is not going to work. Adding new moves in a season 2 when the game is not even been balanced out correctly from season 1. This is why the game is like this. You don't need to add new moves. You have so much problems now. Whereas at the end of season 1, you just had to balance out a couple characters. Jin, King, Lily, you know, I can't remember the other characters. There's some other characters off the top. I'm trying to Nina, Yoshimitsu. Like, you just need to balance them out and the game would have been okay. But this now is total carnage. Chaotic. It's just mad playstyle. Moves are +5 across the board. Moves are +8. Jin's running around doing running 3 into Zen, which is +12 on block. What? You took out Assassina's running 3-2, and then running 3-2 into stance. Well, I don't know if she ever did have running 3 into stance. Well, you made it a plus. You made it hella plus. Running 3-2 was +5. But now she's got running 3-2 into stance. Why would you add that into the game when you saw the community crying about this? Like, it doesn't make sense. You're adding things that don't make sense to the game. Like, it's not, you're not attracting new players. If anything, you're losing the whole player base. Like, I tried to stay away and not make content because I just felt like, you know, I don't want to be negative. And, you know, I feel like it's like saying the same things over and over again, right? But when I looked at Lee's tweet about this, I was like, nah, man, I need to do content about this and talk about what Nee is saying, because everything he's saying is stuff that I would say in a video that I think that could help season 2. But you're not listening. You haven't been listening for a whole year. People have been telling you Yoshimitsu stuff is silly. People have been telling you about Kuma's wall damage is silly. And you still left the Kuma's wall combo in there doing the same damage. And you've added more silly things to Kuma. You patched the God Fist. But now this guy can do a sidestep move into his bear stance. Like, you can't move. Who's going to enjoy a game like that? Which is why I openly said I'm not going to travel for this game. I'm not even going to compete. This game just took the fun out of the game. Force 50-50. If you guess right, then you get out of the situation. If you don't, you're in a mix. And I don't want to hear nothing about Tekken's always been like that. That is a load of baloney. Like, what do you mean it's always been like that? No, it's not. Force where you cannot do anything. Heavily plus mids? No. No one is enjoying this game. No one has got even, it's been 2 weeks and I don't even think anyone's got God of Destruction 2. No one's bothered. That's very bad. That's very bad. You know, in this day and age, 2025, where online competitive play means something, 2 weeks into the game and no one cares about getting, you know, God of Destruction 2 or God of Destruction 3 or anything. No one cares. We're more concerned about what are you going to do to the game. Shout out to Nido. That's you know, I've met him through Tekken and, you know, we've become friends ever since. And, you know, he's given his thoughts on it. Arguably one of the best, I would say he's one of the best Tekken players of all time, right? Giving his opinions about it. And I feel like a lot of people share that opinion. It's just, we're in a bad place with Tekken, man. I'm not even going to lie to you. And I wouldn't want to see this, you know, collapse. You know, we're in season 2 and it's not doing good. Obviously, Soul Calibur 6 was in season 2 and we didn't get a season 3. Is the same thing going to happen to Tekken 8? But we don't get a season 3 because the game is doing so bad. Let's sort it out, man. Please, just start listening to the community. Bandai Namco. Tekken. That's all we need to do.